If you have two people in a unit, in a military unit, and one of them is an enlisted man, he's a sergeant, and he's been there for 10 years. But the other one is an officer, right? You got a young lieutenant who's been there for 10 months. Well, who's more valuable? It's not a trick question. It's the enlisted man who's been there for 10 years. Amen? It is. But in terms of order, who's superior? The officer who's been there for 10 months or 10 weeks or whatever. And for the sake of order, when the officer gives the order, what does the more valuable enlisted man do? Salute and execute. And if he doesn't, everything breaks down. Because it's not a question of value, it's a question of order. Women are not less valuable than men. When Adam sees Eve, he says, "This is at last bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." These are statements of her equal worth and value and standing before God. It's incredibly ironic that cultures impacted by biblical Christianity are the places in the world with the freest, safest, most protected and cherished women on earth. It's also the place where the women complain the most about the patriarchy. In the words of that theologian Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. It's not about value, it's about order. And then it says, wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. Wives aren't called to submit to their husbands because their husbands deserve it, have earned it, or are worthy of it, but in spite of the fact that we'll never deserve it, we'll never earn it, and we'll never be worthy of it. Because this is about submission to the Lord.